Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Huckabee again. This is part 2 of our character feelings versus traits lesson. So last time we were together, we read Babbity's Big Bad Mood, and we talked about how Babbity illustrated character feelings, which change. Babbity woke up in a very grumpy, very sad mood, but with the help of his friends, he was able to change that feeling. Today we're going to be reading another story about a bunny, but this time it's going to show us a character trait. So let's think about character traits again. What is the difference between a feeling and a trait? We said that feelings are an emotional response to a situation, so they change. They can, in fact, easily change, as Babbity illustrated for us. Character traits, though, and I hope you can see our anchor chart. Character traits, as Rosie in our story today is going to show us, they are part of our personality or a character's personality. They are who the character or who we are on the inside. So character traits rarely change, unlike character feelings. When we read today's read aloud, which is about another bunny, Rosie, be thinking about what words you would use to describe Rosie's personality. In other words, her character traits. Rosie's Special Surprise. This book is written by Julia Rawlinson. Nosy Rosie liked to know everything about everything, but Daddy Rabbit was planning a special surprise. Nosy Rosie kept trying to guess what it could be, but Daddy Rabbit only smiled and said, "Wait and see." But Nosy Rosie didn't wait. While the other rabbits slept, she hopped out of the burrow. Around a big tree, around a small tree, over a log she hopped, and behind the log she found a store of acorns hidden in a hollow. "That's not your surprise," chattered a scampery, skippity squirrel. "Do you know what my surprise is?" asked Rosie, bouncing up and down. "Yes, it is shaped a little bit like an acorn," said the squirrel. Then he scampered off with some twigs, and Nosy Rosie bounced on again. She asked the butterflies and the bees if they'd seen her surprise. She asked the sheep and the cows if they had seen it. She asked the mice and the moles if they had seen it. And then she saw a secret entrance to the mole's tunnel. "That's not your surprise," snuffled a burrowy, tunnely mole. "Do you know what my surprise is?" asked Nosy Rosie, hopping around. "Yes, it's not a tunnel, but you can go in it," said the mole, burrowing off into the ground. Under stones and snail shells and bits of twigs searched Nosy Rosie. Through the streaks of sunshine in the woods she searched. Among the straggly tangles of the hedge she searched, and in the hedge she found a nest full of speckled eggs. "That's not your surprise," chirruped the fluttering birds. "Do you know what my surprise is?" asked Nosy Rosie, sniffling the breeze. "Yes, it is blue, a little bit like our eggs," said Daddy Bird. Then he fluttered off through the trees. Nosy Rosie bounced on, up a steep hill. She found a stone shaped like an acorn, but that wasn't her surprise. She found a flower as blue as a bird's egg, but that wasn't it. Where could her surprise be? Nosy Rosie stood high on tiptoe. She looked out over the woods and tumbled down, bumpity, up in the air, and down on her tail went Nosy Rosie. Into a heap with a bump and a thud, and at last little thump went Nosy Rosie. Then she sat up, twitched her ears, and gave a sad little snuffle. I'm tired of looking and hopping, she said, rubbing her bumped bunny nose. Too tired for your surprise? Asked Daddy Rabbit, bouncing up. Come with me and see. Your huge blue balloon of a surprise. Jump in and ride with me. Oh, thank you, said Nosy Rosie, bouncing in. Now I can see the whole wide world. I can see everything. So Rosie was one very curious bunny. She searched everywhere out of her own curiosity to figure out what her surprise was. So, like we said, this story demonstrates character traits, an inherent quality or part of Rosie's personality. What are some words that you would use to describe Rosie's trait? I gave you one already, which is curious. Can you think of other words to describe the character trait of Rosie? We hope you enjoyed these 2 read-alouds and this lesson on the difference between character feelings, which are an emotional response that change depending on a situation, versus character traits, a character's personality, or who the character is on the inside. Remember, Babbity's big bad mood, character feelings, curious Rosie, character traits. Tune in next time, Eagles, for our next Literacy Spotlight. See you soon.